Michelle Joy Phelps with BehindTheGloves.com, and I am here at the MGM Grand for Mayhem, Mayweather versus Maidana, the rematch. Make sure you stay tuned for all of the press conference footage, and also take a look out for The Boxing Life. You can get it at hustleshop.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you all for coming out to our press conference, Mayhem, Mayweather versus Maidana. We all saw the first fight. We're really expecting a very, very exciting fight with a rematch. Both guys are coming in with a tremendous amount of confidence. Both guys had a phenomenal training camp. Maidana, he's coming into this fight with a tremendous win off of Adrian Bronner, and with having been in there with Floyd for 12 grueling rounds, he's coming in this fight, and he really believes that he's going to win. On the other hand, Floyd's coming in this fight knowing that he dominated the fight, and there were a lot of tactics that were going on in the fight. But here we are for the rematch, Mayweather versus Maidana. They'll be fighting in a 12-round unified welterweight championship. We have a tremendous undercard. Opening the undercard, we have Alfredo Angulo. He'll be fighting James De La Rosa in a 10-round middleweight matchup. In our second fight, we'll have Miguel Vasquez. He'll be defending his 135 IBF lightweight world championship. He'll be going against Mayweather Promotions' own Mickey Bay. In the co-main, we'll have Leo Santa Cruz. He'll be defending his WBC super bantamweight title, and he'll be fighting Manuel Roman in a 12-round fight. And then we obviously come to the main event, where we all have been waiting for. So without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to our co-promoter, Eric Gomez.
Good afternoon to everybody. Thank you all for being here. You know, all games aside, we're ready for this fight. We prepare ourselves like never before. We know the fight's not an easy fight, but it's not impossible either. I'm sure Floyd had a great training camp. He always does. We are very grateful to be here. We want to thank Golden Boy Promotions, Mayweather Promotions, Showtime, MGM, everybody for having us here. We're going to give what the fans are waiting for. What the fans want to see, that's what they're going to get Saturday night. Thank you.
Hola. Bueno, me pongo tan nervioso que ya no sé ni qué decir.
I'm a little nervous, I don't know what to say anymore.
Bueno, primero y principal quiero agradecer a mi equipo.
First of all, I want to thank my team.
A Heyman, a Golden Boy, a Sebastián Contursi, que ha hecho un gran trabajo para obtener esta nueva oportunidad.
Al Heyman, I want to thank Golden Boy, Sebastián Contursi for everything you do, for getting me this great opportunity.
A todo el periodismo argentino que está presente. Y bueno, esta vez vengo muy bien preparado, vengo a hacer historia.
And I also want to thank all the press, all the Argentinian press that came all the way over for this fight, and what can I say? I'm ready. I'm ready to make history.
También quiero agradecer a Gustavo Arce de Agustino que me ha vestido. La verdad que muy contento por la ropa que me ha. Gustavo Arce.
Gustavo Arce, he wants to thank him. He's been dressing him, and he got him this beautiful outfit.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
Well, and that's it. Thank you very much.
You know, he's often become the guy who wears a target on his back. You know, no matter what he says, no matter what he does, you know, people form an opinion. You know, they tend to take things out of context. But it just comes with the territory. When you're on top and you've been on top for so many years, people are gunning at you. And the least little thing you say or do, no matter how you feel, things get taken out of context. This guy's had a phenomenal career. You know, he's beat everybody we put in front of him. He's been the best fighter in the world. He's been world champion ever since 1998 when he defeated Hernandez in a wonderful, wonderful fight. He's went on to be the number of world champions, and he still tends to this day get criticized for his work inside the ring, which is mind-boggling. But in my eyes, he will go down as the best ever to do it. And no matter what anyone says, you know, he can only fight and beat the fighters in his era. If we could go back in a time warps, you know, we can make these mythical matchups and compare him to all the other fighters of the past. All the other fighters have laid the groundwork over the years to put him in a position to be thankful for the position that he's in, and he's been beyond blessed for the position that he's been that's been bestowed of him. He takes his job extremely, extremely serious. A guy that's made several $100 millions, and money doesn't motivate him because he's able to get up in, you know, the wee hours of the morning in his 20,000 square foot mansion, and oftentimes you see him out there putting in the road work like he's never earned a dime. You know, that's just because his dedication and his commitment to the sports. And I can't say enough, we all will miss this young man when he finally hangs up this glove. So all this hating and criticism about this and that, you guys need to stop. Just cut it out. Just acknowledge the fact that he's a great fighter. He has opinions. He's human just like anybody else. And when he goes in there in that ring, he gives it your all. He's went in there and he's dominated guys who we all have considered as A-level fighters, B-level fighters. And he makes these guys look all the same. You know, Maidana, he's a tremendous, tremendous fighter. You know, he's been an underdog for a number of years, you know, and Floyd is readily, openly taking on the challenge. The fans demanded the rematch, and Floyd said, no problem, let's do it, put him in there. He didn't cry, he didn't complain and say, oh, how about this other guy? He said, put his ass right back in there, and if the fans didn't think that I got it done right the first time, oh, I'll show him the next time. And my goal is plan on stopping him this time. You know, so there will be no questions left unanswered about the Mayweather-Maidana rematch. So without further ado, I'd like to call up the 11-time world champion in 5 different weight classes, the highest paid athlete in the world, who's put boxing on his back. And I'd like to touch on something else, is that the reason why a lot of times that, in my opinion, that boxing hasn't crossed over into the mainstream sport, mainstream world as a whole, is because we're too hard, and you know, we're always trying to find ways to denigrate, to down, and criticize people's accomplishments. And a lot of times it's done from people who never even have boxed before and don't know what it is to be in his shoes. You know, I can't say enough, when you've been at the top for so many years, and you look at, not just in boxing, in sports in general, what other athletes you can say that has been dominated everybody that's been put in front of him for all these years. But yet we still find ways to, you know, try to bring him down. And these are the reasons why boxing isn't like the NBA, the NFL, and any other major sport, because we're always looking for reasons to, you know, tear down our own. You know, the impact that he's had on the sport of boxing, a lot of times you guys don't, you know, comment on it. But I guarantee you, when you look at some of the lesser known fighters who are making a substantial more amount of money that they have been since Floyd has put the sport on his back, he's demanded and educated the fighters on that no longer will the promoters and the managers be able to take advantage of the fighters. The fighters deserve to be put in a position where they earn the lion's shares of money, and, you know, with educating the fighters, then he also becomes the bad guy. So I'm just saying all these kind of things to, once again, I touched on it on the last fight, that we must find a way to acknowledge greatness when we see it, because when you look around, there will be no another fighter like the man that's sitting to my right. There will be no other fighter like him. You know, there were other great fighters before him who did what they did and had phenomenal careers and went on to set phenomenal records. But the whole complete package, you will never see this done before. So without further ado, I'd like everybody to put their hands together for none other than Floyd Money Mayweather.
Thank you, Leonard. I appreciate it. First off, I want to thank God, because without God, all this wouldn't be possible. I want to thank my team, thank my staff, and of course, thank my trainers. They've done a remarkable job. We had a remarkable training camp. What else can I say? Truly unbelievable. You know, it's about hard work, dedication, prayers, and belief in a good team. And the first time out, me and Maidana gave the people excitement. That's what they want to see. It's all about blood, sweat, and tears. MGM Grand, there's no hotel like the MGM Grand. You guys have been truly unbelievable. You know, to have an 18-year relationship with you guys, you know, I couldn't ask for a better relationship. Al Heyman, of course, the one and only. Very shrewd businessman, one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. Richard Stern, I want to thank you. I want to thank your staff. I want to thank your team. Steven Espinoza, of course, it's always showtime. The All Access team, you guys, you know, day in and day out. You know, some days I'm a little rough, of course, because I want to do record-breaking numbers. So I'm a little rough on you guys. But this time around, I think that we gave them a lot of excitement. You know, it's still more to come because we still got 2 more shows. All the sponsors. I know it's so many different sponsors. I know Corona. Who else we got? O'Reilly. And I want to take my hat off to Golden Boy Promotions, the Golden Boy staff. You know, I've been doing business with you guys since, I believe, 2007. You know, I'm still sharp, so I believe 2007. And, you know I'm knocking at the door. I know I'm almost 40, but I'm still going strong. I still feel good, and I want to go out there and perform and look well and give you guys what you want to see. The first fight was very, very interesting, and hopefully this time around, this fight is a lot more exciting. And he's always in tip-top shape, you know, from what I've seen. And do he deserve a rematch? Absolutely. You know, I commend him, I commend his team for stepping up to the plate and making this happen again, because the fans demanded this fight. So I'm a true champion, and a true champion never backs down. So me, myself, I said, let's make it happen again. So, you know, we'll see you guys Saturday. Thanks for the support. If I'm not mistaken, Steven, All Access tonight? All Access tonight. I think they'll be showing All Access here at the hotel. And if you don't come to the hotel, of course, tune in and watch Showtime. I know it's show at 2 different times as far as East Coast and West Coast, but tune in. My team, we're here again. And when I go out there and fight, I don't just do it for myself, I do it for my team. I see you guys Saturday.